Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. We are finally back with another big show. This is the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm very excited. So this is going to be episode 1. There's only 6 episodes of this show, I believe. And it is also a limited series similar to WandaVision. So we don't have to worry about, second season, third, whatever. It's just a self-contained thing within the MCU. If you didn't catch my reactions to WandaVision, they're in a playlist on the channel. You can check those out. Had lots of fun watching that. I'm really excited for this series personally because as weird and funky as WandaVision could have been, I think I'm more invested in the characters of Falcon and Winter Soldier, specifically Bucky. I think just maybe that's because Captain America is my favorite Avenger. But I think I care a lot more specifically about these characters. And from what I've heard, this show is going to be a very character focused show that examines both the mindset of both Sam and Bucky post Endgame. And this is supposedly 6 months after Endgame. This is 6 months after Endgame. How much time was Spider-Man Far From Home? I don't remember how exactly the time length of that. I know WandaVision was roughly 3 weeks to a month. I believe it was 3 weeks exactly when Monica went into Sword, and then probably a few days after that, so 3-4 weeks. So this takes place, 6 months. I don't know why I was trying to do the math in my head of the time from WandaVision to this, but seemingly I don't think this will have any connections to WandaVision at all, because this was originally supposed to be, I think the second thing that came out in Phase 4. So it was supposed to be the Black Widow movie, which is now going to be the third thing that comes out. And then it was supposed to be this, and then it was supposed to be the Eternals, and then it was supposed to be WandaVision. So presumably, if they did all that stuff, there shouldn't be anything within this show specifically to connect Falcon and Winter Soldier to WandaVision. There might be stuff in Loki that could definitely come into play, but I don't think there's going to be anything in this show. I don't know a ton about the villains they're going to be fighting, other than Baron Zemo. He's going to be back from Civil War. He's actually a really exciting character in the comics. He has much different storyline than he had in the Civil War movie, and he kind of flip-flops sometimes from good to bad, and he leads his own team, and lots of cool stuff could come out of this. But I don't know anything about the people with the red hand on their face. I don't know who they are. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be exciting. I know there's going to be a knockoff Captain America, probably. The US government is going to try and create their own Captain America to replace Steve for whatever agenda, probably something not good. And his name is John Walker, U.S. agent. And I wonder if they'll actually be open with the fact that this isn't Captain America, or if they'll just straight up be like, this is Captain America. He never died. You never have to, don't worry about it. It's him. That would be scummy. But yeah, this is going to be a series about these two guys and what it means to be them after pretty much the loss of their best friend, because he went and lived a full life. In a way, he almost died, even though he didn't. He was an old man. Oh, we might see his funeral in this. Oh my God, that would be heartbreaking. But yeah, there's a story about where do they find their identity now? How do they live up to the image of Captain America, especially since Cap literally passed his shield on to Bucky. Or not to Bucky, to Sam. He gave it to Sam. Should have given it to Bucky. Well, maybe not. Actually, Sam was a good choice. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited to jump into it. Before we start watching, though, please consider leaving a like on the video. That means a lot. It lets me know you guys enjoy the videos I'm putting out. If you want to see more reactions to the Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Superman and Lois, or the Snyder Cut, or Loki, or really any show that you might think is cool, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full-length reaction in this episode, I'll have that on Patreon within probably a week of this highlight version going live. So if that's something you're interested in, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the description. Or if you just want to support me in general, you can go down there as well. But other than that, let's jump into the very first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Gotta get hyped, boys. Oh, I swear to God, if they open immediately with his funeral, oh, I swear, I'm gonna cry. This better not be his funeral. He's putting on a suit and he looks sad at the shield. Please don't. Please don't do this to me right away. Oh. It's got its own backpack. I'm already like starting to cry, and they haven't even shown that it's actually a funeral. Okay, so they're not going straight into a funeral. They're probably just going to show little parts of the funeral. LAF. They're probably just going to show parts of the funeral throughout the series.
You guys fly low, drop me off, I fly up to intercept. No treaties violated.
This has to be subtle.
Subtle.
It won't be.
Got it.
It absolutely will not be subtle. God, that would be the scariest thing in the world. Oh, that guy's dead.
They've already hijacked the plane. We're gonna need to call some people.
That guy's casual. We're gonna need to call some people. Ooh, what's up, man? He was in Civil War. That's oh frick. He's a UFC fighter, or was a UFC fighter. He's playing Batroc the Leaper.
Red Wing, engage.
God, just gets in there and starts smoking people immediately. Ooh, is this gonna be the scene where he has a shield for his... Yeah. That's so cool. Oh, well, that sucks, bro, for you. Wow. Okay, good use of the jetpack. Autopilot engaged.
Get out of here.
Wow, they got those suits on mighty quick. How long was he down for? Was he unconscious? This guy's just like, yo, that was cool. He's got way more control in the air than they do. Wow, this looks really good. Ooh, yeah, you're gonna wanna be careful right there, pal. He's straight killing people. He's like, you can die, and you can die. You can die. You can die as well. Oh, God, that looks like it hurts so bad.
If we get to the border, he's not gonna follow.
Ah, he might. Just what's up? Oh, his jetpack got broken. Or at least his helper drone got broken. Oh, okay, never mind, it worked. Thruster malfunction. So good, man. He's so good. That's a big heckin' chonker of a helicopter. Yeah, this is the stuff from the trailer. It looks so good. That kind of is exciting that a decent amount of the action from the trailer is like episode 1. Yeah, he's gonna need some help. Whoa! That was dangerous, bud. I don't think he succeeds. Ooh, wow, that is good moves. There's no way he catches up to this plane, though, or this helicopter, right? That looked like it probably hurt a lot. Oh, I was gonna be like, really? He's gonna die immediately? Nah, he gets out of there. That one singular army guy in a Jeep is just like, he's just hyped out of his mind. All right, now where's Bucky?
You see these guys? These are the guys you gotta worry about. I've been stumbling onto their manifestos on message boards. They call themselves the Flag Smashers.
Flag Smashers.
Bad guys give themselves. Basically, they think that the world was better during the blip. Trust me, it wasn't.
Trust me, every time something gets better.
Some people, they think that he's in the secret base on the moon, looking down over us.
It's like all the dead celebrities, like Elvis, Tupac. They're all just hiding in some mansion in the moon. And the funniest thing is what actually happened is way crazier. Literally traveled to a different dimension. New timeline.
Steve represented the best in all of us.
I swear to God, if this is a funeral.
Righteous. We need new heroes. One suited for the times we're in. Symbols are nothing without the women and men that give them meaning. And this thing,
True facts, yo.
but this belongs to you.
Is he gonna give it to the museum instead of claiming it like Cap wanted? Come on, man. You gotta be secure in your identity as the new Captain America. Yo, bro, Bucky's gonna steal that back for you at some point.
It was the right decision.
Why didn't you take up the mantle?
Dang, they were quick getting that there.
It's a new day, brother.
Who are these guys? Guys that are getting messed up by the Winter Soldier is what's up. I like that he has the mask on. He's so deadly. Oh, this is the Winter Soldier from Captain America. It almost looks like his old arm, too. Is this in the past?
Hail Hydra.
I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything.
No. Yep, he's got to deal with his past a little bit.
Oh, come on, really? You're gonna do the notebook thing? Why? Passive aggressive.
No talk, I write.
Senator Atwood. She was a hydro pawn for years. Helped her get into office when I was a Winter Soldier.
Dude, it sounds like he super did something illegal.
Give some intel to the aide to convict her.
He hurt that guy.
I'm no longer the Winter Soldier,
I'm James Bucky Barnes,
and you're part of my efforts to make amends.
So you did it all right.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess that amends wasn't necessarily one where he killed someone. It was just like someone abused power that he put in position. So it's probably a lot easier to deal with that one than
You don't have 10 phone numbers of
the ones where he killed people.
You're lashing out at me, Doc, because that's really unprofessional. You know, I mean, when did that start? When you start yelling at your clients? Oh, the notebook, that's great.
He's so sassy.
I'm fine, okay? I just went from one fight to another for 90 years.
Pretty much, literally any time he got woken up,
No.
he was just like, all right, go kill people or do this, do that. For 90 years.
So I saw a lot of dead bodies, and I know how that can shut you down. And if you are alone, that is the quietest, most personal hell. And James, you're free.
He's not free from his own thoughts, though.
To do what?
He would like to take you out on a date, maybe to bingo or a night of pinochle. Pinochle.
I'm really sorry about him.
Why are you sorry? I'm game.
Wow. Tomorrow night then?
Here, I should be done around 10.
That's a late date, man. I would not take someone on a date after 10 p.m. Is this one of his amends, too? Did he kill this guy's son? I swear.
I will never know what really happened to him. I felt it was strange.
Oh, was his, was that the kid he killed at the beginning? During his nightmare?
You gotta marvel at it.
Marvel.
Being held together by duct tape and prayers.
It'll be fine. It just needs to float long enough for me to sell it.
I thought we were gonna discuss if we were selling it.
We did. And then you were off fighting Dr. Space Cape or whatever while I was holding it together for 5 long years. The world is going back to normal.
So his family's hurting for money a little bit?
What if you had money to fix it up? Make it nice so you can charter it when you're not out working the waters.
Do you know how hard it was for me to come to terms with the situation?
I won't let you down. We can turn this shit around. Trust me.
Yeah.
To the rescue, huh?
Always. Let's get some dinner. I'm hungry.
Sound like my dad.
He's older than your dad.
Wait.
He's older than
how
your
old-
grandpa.
106.
What's up with your gloves?
I have poor circulation.
Especially in his left arm.
V8, sucker.
Hit.
He's gonna have like PTSD during this game.
I think it's really sweet you're spending time with Yori. It's been hard for him.
Well, he
since
killed his son, so
December.
it's the least he could do.
I think not knowing. There's no word for someone whose kids die. It's like the worst thing that can happen.
Excuse me.
You good?
Well, he killed that man's son. So he doesn't really want to talk about it. Oh, are you gonna tell him?
What are you doing here? How was the date?
It is him. Ah. It's the one he can't cross off on his list.
No video games?
Love you. Bye.
No video games. Yeah, hell yeah, we're playing video games. Trying. What's the first thing you do? Turn on the PS5. Let's go. Ren. Does that mean run? Oh yeah, you're a distraction, pal. Oh.
So I know how jurisdiction works here, but I don't have to place you under arrest.
Don't kill this guy. Oh. That looked brutal.
You have no income over the last 5 years.
How can you have income if you don't exist?
Sarah.
Yeah. They're blipped, man.
I know your family has begged with us for generations, but we cannot approve it.
Dude,
I'm truly sorry.
delete that photo off your phone right now, you butthole.
Well, half the boat's mine, and so is the house. We're not selling our family's legacy.
You gonna do me like that when you know I'm right?
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sell it either. I'd be like, yo, half of this is mine. I want to save it.
You strong.
He was. I mean, bro, it went dark as soon as it was all over. But that's their MO. We just gotta keep our eyes and ears to the ground until they pop up again.
Anything else happen outside the video?
Nah, man. Why?
Straight smoked that man.
Everyday Americans feel it.
This is the guy that was like, oh, that was the right choice to give him the shield.
We need someone to inspire us again.
A replacement for Cap.
It is with great honor that we announce here today that the United States of America has a new hero. Join me in welcoming your new Captain America.
Oh, God. That's so annoying. After he donated the shield to the Smithsonian, the government just takes it. They just appropriate it and give it to someone else. Ugh. God dang it! I hate when these episodes end. All right, that was a really good start to this season. To this show, not season. So I thought it was gonna be a funeral right away, but no, it was Sam donating Cap's shield to the Smithsonian because he doesn't feel as though he is worthy of it yet. But yeah, so far this first episode was really just about both Sam and Bucky kind of picking up the pieces of their lives and kind of like I talked about at the beginning, of just trying to figure out who they are, how they want to live their lives, because, you know, they're not, like, technically Avengers yet. Like, I don't think they have, like, the Avengers have, like, a plan of, like, are they still a team at the moment? I don't know what the state of the Avengers are, but at least these two men seem to be doing their own thing. I think especially these two were very connected to Cap that when Cap was like, all right, I'm done. And like once you like defeat the big bad in a sense, I feel like there's a sense of everyone being like, all right, I'm good. I can retire now. These guys aren't retiring, but they're doing their own thing. So Sam, he's working with the US military doing a few different things. I forget exactly the connection between like George St. Pierre's Batroc the Leaper, like the plane that he was trying to take down, or the not take down, the guy who's trying to save on the plane, and if there's a connection to the Red Hand people, the Flag Smashers. I I'm not quite sure, but so he's working with the Air Force to stop them or save someone, and so he's got government contracts right now. He's not necessarily doing Avengers stuff, because when the Avengers were being the Avengers, I feel like they had specific things within like Hydra and all that, like that they were fighting against. Now that there isn't necessarily like big enemies to fight, they're just kind of like, what do we do? So he's taking government contracts, working with them, and he doesn't feel as though he is worthy of the shield, so he donates it to the Smithsonian. He's like, essentially like, the women in like symbols are nothing without the women and men that represent them, and that's kind of his way of saying like, yeah, I was given the shield by Cap, but I am not him, and so like the symbol doesn't mean the same thing with me behind it as it does with him behind it. So he donates it to the Smithsonian, has a nice talk with Rhodey about like how the world's changing, and kind of goes about his way. And then he goes and tries to talk to his sister. He goes back home. She's running right now like a failing business, just like a shrimping business or fishing business or something like that. Probably shrimp because it's Naula. But they're struggling financially. That happens when, like, I don't know when exactly their dad died, but left them the boat and the house. They each get half. And when two people are kind of like responsible for the finances of something, and then one of them disappears for 5 years, it lays a heavy burden on that other person. And then like the world kind of readjusted over those 5 years to half the people in the world being gone. Systems and architectures of systems that were set up and maintained shifted and changed. So then when half of all people came back, those systems could no longer support those people. And I think one of the themes that they talked about this show was going to address was like what it means to be like Black in America, and how they are viewed and portrayed versus the systematic not priority majority of white people. And like, is it possible for there to be a Black Captain America? I think they did a lot of rewrites and reshoots to this show around the time when there was a lot of like Black Lives Matter protests happening, and so I think that's going to be a major point of Sam's story in this show, and something that he notices like during the banking scene. Like, there's this weird tension there that seems to come from him and his sister being Black, even though it's not overtly said. It's these small little like microaggressions that show up, and even then the guy denies him the loan, and he's still trying to get selfies from him, and he's like, dude, come on, man. Like he's struggling hard. He feels lost. Both him and Bucky feel lost. He's been trying to text Bucky and be friends with him, and Bucky's ignoring him. It's like, oh, come on, man. And it's disappointing. But he's working with this guy who's seemingly trying to like infiltrate the Flag Smashers or get info on them, because it's this underground thing that's starting to gain a larger presence, and they want to keep an eye on it. And that's really like his only connection other than his sister. And so yeah, he wants to help his sister. He was gone for 5 years. He didn't think that he could, that he wasn't around to support her and help her, and he wants to make up for that now. And I really like that. Then Bucky is having a rough go of it. So he was pardoned by the U.S. government, obviously, for his roles in Infinity War and Endgame and all that. He saved the universe, so he gets a pardon, but some conditions of his pardon is he has to go to therapy and he has to make amends for what he's done, and there's different rules, like he can't hurt anyone, can't do anything illegal, and he has to say his little mantra at the end of I am no longer the Winter Soldier, I am James Buchanan Barnes, you are part of me making amends. So it's still snarky as ever. I love him, but he's he's going around making amends. He's got a list of people that he has wronged, but he's still having nightmares about it. So I'm glad that I caught that at first, when he was killing people in that thing, and he's I'm the Winter Soldier. I was oh, maybe at first I was maybe he's gonna just stick with his previous moniker, and he's got the mask. I was man, he's brutal. But then I saw his arm. It was silver colored with the stars. That's his old arm. And then he woke up, and he killed that dude. And then as soon as he was hanging out with Yori, and he's talking about how his son died, I was oh no, Bucky killed his son. Dang it. You just think, at first you think he's just, maybe an old man that Bucky befriended because he's oh, I get along better with old people maybe, but no. It's part of his thing of, he needs to make amends, and the hardest part is telling the truth and being open and being I am who I am. And he struggles so much because the hardest part for Yori is not knowing what happened to his son. He just knows that his son died. He doesn't know how, why, anything like that. And so then he goes on this date with this girl that Yori sets him up with, and they're having a good old time, and he feels so out of place. Similar to kind of what Cap felt like when he first came about in the Avengers and Civil War and all that, where Winter Soldier, where he just feels like a man out of time. He's talking about online dating, and he's it's just weird, man. I'm 106. He doesn't quite fit in. And then he's talking to this girl, and she's yeah, Yuri is just, the worst part is he doesn't know how his son died, and he can't deal with that conversation. He struggles so much with that I think he almost went to go tell him. He shows up at his door to go tell him, I killed your son, and then he sees that this man is still mourning for his son. He's got a little shrine with the incense set up, and he just can't bring himself to do it. The other names that he can cross off his list, the senator or whatever, all he did in that situation is just give her power. He put her in a position of power, and she's still abused it, but that's a lot. I think that's a lot easier for him to confront. It's way harder for him to confront the fact that he murdered this old man's kid. And the kid wasn't even part of Hydra or anything, or part of whatever government thing. He was just a student studying abroad, and Bucky killed him because he saw too much. And it's just dude, I feel so bad for Bucky. He's already kind of had to deal with this a little bit with Tony, but they didn't address how that affected his mental stability. In Civil War, they just kind of addressed it from the conflict of yeah, he killed Tony's parents, and that's gonna make Tony mad, and technically he didn't do it, he was brainwashed, but they never addressed how does Bucky feel about that, really. And now we know he has nightmares about murdering people, because that's not who he wants to be. He didn't have control over those situations, and it's just oh, he just wants to be better. And Sam's trying to text him, and it's disappointing. I think, yeah, I like that he's going to therapy. I think he needs it. I think him and Sam are going to have to get together probably next episode, because the the thing they most have in common, Steve, his legacy was kind of almost just thrown in the dirt right here at the end of the episode, when the Department of Defense is like, hey, you know that shield that you just donated to the Smithsonian to be part of the Captain America Museum, the U.S. government's taking that and giving it to someone else to be a new hero that they can, decide who does stuff. Like the Sokovia Accords are probably going to still be a huge thing in this series, where that was one of the big things that Captain America was against, is the U.S. government deciding, or not even just the U.S. government, but a government in general deciding who gets to save people, when they get to save people, because they have agendas. And so I doubt Sam and Bucky are going to be very happy seeing the symbol of Captain America being given to someone else that Cap didn't want, first of all, but then also being controlled by a government that has an agenda. And so they're gonna get the shield back at some point, because in the trailer it shows them in the New Orleans woods, like near a little like abandoned mansion or something, chucking the shield into trees and stuff. So presumably they get the shield at some point. There's only 6 episodes, so it's not like they can waste a ton of time getting it back. Yeah, but I'm excited to see them connect, because I think they can help each other a lot with, I don't know necessarily how Bucky will directly help Sam with his conundrum, because I think his biggest problem is that he doesn't feel like he is worthy of the shield. And maybe Bucky, as being like someone who witnessed both Captain America and Sam be themselves, he can be an outside person, because your biggest doubter is always yourself. So maybe he just needs an outside person that's not like his family or Rhodey, to be like, hey man, I'm the one who knows Cap better than anyone in the world, and I think you deserve it. Like, maybe that's how he could help him. I think Sam could definitely help Bucky deal with like the traumas of his past and like help him make amends. I think that would be really nice. I like the fact that he's trying to make amends. I just really want to see these guys get together, and I'm really excited. But I think that's all I gotta say about this particular episode. I'm trying to wrap it up a little early because I gotta watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League. So yeah, let me know, what do you guys think down below. Let me know all your thoughts, conversations. Talk to each other. If you're watching this on the premiere, say hello in the chat. If you're watching this after, say hello in the comments. I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that more shows are coming back for us to watch. It's been like a week or two now where I'm just doing like one show, and I'm excited to kind of ramp things back up. Yeah, if you like what you saw, leave a like on the video. That means a lot to me. If you want to see more of my reactions to Falcon and Winter Soldier, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, or if you just want to support me in general, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the description, or it'll be on one of these little sides. I'm not sure. I never know which side it is on. But other than that, I think that's all I got. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace.